Are the Atlanta Falcons some of the worst drafters in recent NFL history? Since hiring their GM, Terry Fontenot, in 2021, the Falcons have made a slew of questionable picks in the first round.
And then start walking your ass this way.
Let's face it, I think we can all admit that the Kyle Pittz experiment has failed. Pittz is the highest drafted tight end in NFL history, being selected with the 4th overall pick back in 2021. Coming out of Florida, Pittz was a freak of nature. He stood at 6'6", 245 pounds with an 83-inch wingspan. This, paired with his athleticism, was enough for the Falcons to draft him. But looking back at that draft and who was selected after him, this might be one of the worst mistakes in Falcons history. Players like Jamar Chase, Micah Parsons, Penei Sewell, J.C. Horn, and even Patrick Surtain II, just to name a few, were all selected within 5 picks after Pittz. Yet every year, it seems like we hear the same thing. We expect a breakout year from Kyle Pittz. But when will it come? Probably never. Next year, in 2022, the Falcons selected wide receiver Drake London with the 8th overall pick, the first receiver selected in that draft. Now, by no means is this a bad pick, but with Garrett Wilson and even Chris Olave coming shortly after, it may seem a little questionable, and could come back to haunt them later. Similarly, in 2023, the Falcons selected Bejon Robinson from the same spot at 8. Now, listen, Bejon is extremely talented, but this just feels like the wrong pick to me. The pick comes just a year after Tyler Algier had a 1,000-yard rushing season. And not to mention, this is the 3rd year in a row the Falcons selected an offensive player. This pick comes right before the Eagles selected Defensive Rookie of the Year Jalen Carter, and a few picks away is Jahmyr Gibbs, who could be listed as arguably the better choice at running back. And listen, I love Bejon and I love Drake London, but if the Falcons drafted off needs and not the best offensive talent on the board, they probably would have selected a stud in Jalen Carter, and they probably wouldn't have selected Michael Penix next year either. And obviously, I can't speak on how him or the recent 2025 draft picks are yet, but I can say that the controversy surrounding the Penix and James Pierce picks are too hard to ignore. Are the Falcons doing the right thing, or are they just drafting on offensive potential alone? I'm a Falcons fan, and that's my take.